Let's have a moment of silence for the dog and goat sacrifice that took place exactly February 26th. The Julian was, of course, Lupercalia. People call me stupid, but I've heard of this clown, Steve Fletcher. Goat and Dog is the opening scene of I Pet Goat, for God's sake, people. I know all of you who watch this YouTube channel know everything is connected to September 26th.now. Take a moment to understand which goat and dog we sacrificed on February 26th. We all know Gene Hackman was the goat of coaches in all the movies. Now pay close attention and it'll all make sense.
So at this point, you got to stare at this until your eyes bleed. A goat and a dog. The most important symbolism. The name of this of the video is actually called I Pet Goat, for God's sake, man. A goat and a dog. A goat and a dog. That is the day. February 26th, 2025. 13 days prior got you right here to February 13th. Right? February 13th. The Julian of February 13th is February 26th. That is the 15th. That's the hidden Feb 15. And right here, it's Valentine's Day, the 14th, 12/14, when everybody got the vax on 12/14, right? So why did we bring up Lupercalia? Lupercalia was an ancient pagan festival held each year on February 15th. Valentine's Day shares his name with the Christian saint. The holiday is actually an offshoot of Lupercalia, right? Lupercalia rituals took a few places. Palatine Hill, public meeting place called whatever. The festival began at Lupercal Cave with the sacrifice of a male goat and a dog. Why am I bringing that up, and why are we talking about it? On February 26th, this guy, Gene Hackman, his wife, and a dog found dead. A dog found dead. And I'm like, wait a minute. He played, what is the GOAT? The GOAT is a sports athlete, right? This was the greatest sports coach ever. Check this out. They all started running articles calling Gene Hackman the GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT of movie coaches. A personal favorite replacements, right? And February 26th does not end until February 27th. And they warned of a dog virus on that exact day. Do you understand what they just did? Gene Hackman, the GOAT. Happy birthday, Gene Hackman. This was from before he died. 95th birthday, the GOAT. The GOAT. They sacrifice a goat and a dog. Do you even understand how important this is? They just literally put this in your face. And his birthday was January 30th. January 30th, the same day Miss America was suicided, January 30th. We'll get to that in a second. Now, why do I hate on Steve Fletcher so much? He's got the most followers, I think, on YouTube, what have you. He's been doing this since 2015. And this Nimrod, this douchebag, this scumbag cannot bring up a calendar and talk about September 26th. A complete, utter, he might be a shill. The guy's a shill. We know Dr. Barry Dumbass is a shill, but this guy's a shill. September 26th. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? September 26th? A date I had a month in advance. How did I know October 7, 2023 a month in advance? Did Steve Fletcher know October 7, 2023? Did the sun, moon, stars, dirt, hands, feet tell you about October 7, 2023 a month in advance? How did I know on August 5th would be Black Monday a week in advance? Not to impress you, but to impress upon you. Stop looking at everything else and look at these calendars, right? Look at these damn calendars. February 26th. Trump came out and said all hell is going to break out on February 15th. Do you understand how important this is? And then they sacrifice a goat and the dog of movies. The GOAT of movies that played all these sports athletes in movies or sports coaches. Hackman, the GOAT, and a dog. And then the beginning scene of I Pet Goat, named I Pet Goat, has a dog and a goat. February 15th, the exact day Trump said all hell will break loose on February 15th, right? February 15th, 369, exchange for 369, Kidding me right now? 369. What was Tesla's most important number? Tesla believed that 3, 6, and 9 were the most important numbers in the universe, stating that if you knew the magnificence of 369, you would have a key to the universe. 369. Give me a break. Guys, they would not have an 8-day documentary about nuclear war that aired on September 24th in 1984 if the 8-day wasn't important. September 26th, if it wasn't important. This is why everything happens on these days. Plane crashes. You got wars. How did I know a month in advance? After September 26th, I said, okay, let's watch October 21st. It happened 3 days later on October 25th, right? Israel hit Iran, connected to the Great 8-Day. This is the day, the Great 8-Day. Ever since February 10th, I was making videos about the date February 26th. I'm like, February 26th, February 26th. February 26th, and I said something about a goat and a dog. I mean, multiple times. Lupercalia, right? February 26th. Lupercalia, and look at this article from the mainstream London paper, the Daily Mail, about the goat being a horse, a black horse. The goat is a horse. Are you kidding me? And this came out exactly on February 26th. They were all talking about goats on this day. This is a book called let's see what the name, forgot that. The Rise of the New World Order, The Culling Man, okay? I'll start sharing this book during the next few videos. But either way, the Great Seal is the official seal of the entire world of our country, United States of America. No other country on the planet has such overt occult display of numerous symbols of proponents of the Great Plan, which is obviously the New World Order. And this is because the United States is literally a reincarnated version of King Nimrod's Babylon. Why am I bringing that up? There were 13 original colonies, and the reason there were 13, not 12 or 14, is that number 13 is very special to the occultists running the world. Hopefully you will understand that number 13 was very important to the most significant of our founding fathers, being the most influential were high-level Freemasons. This is why there were 13 original colonies to start with. In occult numerology, the 13 represents depravity and rebellion against authority, and in particular, God's authority over us. This is also why there were 13 families who comprised the original Illuminati. Not 12, not 14, but 13. The number 13 is incredibly significant to the occult beliefs of these people. Absolutely does have to do with the occult, and that is the main point of them various numbers like they do, right? And this is why I got Taylor Swift with this 13 on her hand, and she's been the talk of the town ever since the pandemic began. Number 13 and Taylor Swift, right? Taylor Swift and the 13, they love their 13.
Dog, if you haven't figured it out, we are all actors. That show Trump and Ukraine president dude put on was all theater. You dig? We all have a role to play, but of course that dummy Fletcher is too stupid to see it. That thing in the Oval Office was really bad acting. A clown show, you dig, dog?
Between President Trump and President Zelensky.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You play cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
The president and vice president complaining Zelensky wasn't thankful enough. President Zelensky pushing back forcefully, and things went downhill from there. Zelensky's motorcade leaving as a joint news conference is abruptly canceled.
For the first time in history, the United States, the entire country, every state in the Union was declared a national disaster during the pandemic. When did that happen? That happened on March 13th. Look at that calendar. 13/13. You're telling me they don't love 13? How much do they love 13? Well, this is how much they love 13. On March 11th was obviously the date 1315, right? 1315. And the 15th we talked about is the She of the 15th day, the most important day in Babylon, called Shuptu, is the 15th day. You add 13 days to that, you get right to our date, the 28th, 1328. And when is 1328? It's Adar. 13 is Adar 2, Adar 228. And we'll read some crazy comments in a second or later on. But holy mamacita, this is out of control. So back to February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. When was February 26th? It was 12/27. See that 12 up there? 12/27, and 12 is Adar. We're in Adar 2. If we're in Adar 2, now we're in March, and it's in Adar on this calendar. All they're doing is using this 12. This is how they confuse the living hell out of you. So what is the day we're watching? We're watching February 15th. When is February 15th? February 15th is exactly 13 days after March 15th, right? After March 15th, 13 days later is exactly this March 28th date. You get it? The 15th, the holiest day was Shuptu. The holiest day in Babylon was Shuptu. And Shuptu is when the full moon occurs, right? March 15th. That's why you get the Fletchtards looking at this Pi Day nonsense, right? Nothing happens on Pi Day. It's 13 days later. It's on the 28th is when it occurs. This is why February 26th is why I spent, because I'm telling you guys that they're all about the month Elul. Elul, right? Elul is the month 12. And this is why everything is coded in February. And when else is everything coded? In December and September, because September was Elul, right? And what Sep means? Sep means November. That's why the point is, what these guys are doing is they're making you look like Noah. Noah warned and everybody laughed and mocked. So they give you these dates like February 15th or November 17th or even November 14th from the black and white movie, right? So you mock and they wait till the very, 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 very last day, which is the very last day of the year. And whether you believe this next part or not, that is your decision. But, okay, here we go. September 2024, when it all began. September 2024. And what is the date we're looking at? We're looking at this date right here, 721 and 722. See that 7 up there? That's 721 and 722. If we go to 721, what is that date? That right there, 721, September 21st and 22nd is the 17 and 18, right? So right here on this day is the 18th. See the 18 and the 21. 18 to be an adult, 21 to drink, right? 21 to consume alcohol. 18 and 21. You think they magically just thought of that, right? Why am I bringing that up? Because the number 29 is missing. The number 29 is missing in February on purpose. They've always had the end in mind. This whole place, the whole country, the Statue of Liberty, all that stuff was put in place by the Freemasons to bring in the New World Order. And they are patient for hundreds and hundreds of years. They built this whole thing to bring in the New World Order. And they know that they're going to bring it on the 29th. That's why the 29th is missing. It all matches the 2025 on the Simpsons calendar. It matches to March and February. March and February, right? The 29 is missing. And when is the 29th? The 29th is actually, well, you think it's Saturday, but no, it's not. The 29th is actually on March 28th. Why? Because the 28th is when they bring it, and this is how they confuse you. They put everything coded for the March 29th, not that it matters if it's the 28th or 29th, but they coded everything on March 29th, but the 29th is actually, see the 28th? That's why they're going to bring it on the 28th, and we're going to read some crazy comments here in a second. But before we read these crazy comments, here's why Obama just said that it's all a show. Now you watch that whole thing about Zelensky and J.D. Vance and all this nonsense that they're pushing you towards. These are all actors. These are complete. I mean, the J.D. Vance, that was bad acting, but this is why the mainstream media is pushing it. They want the monkeys to see this. Oh, 33 times. Come on, dude. This is Freemasonry right in your face. And what date are they talking about? December 21st. December 21st. Everything is in December. So if you don't see September 26, 2024 is important, I don't know why you're still watching these videos, but September 26, 2024 is absolutely the grade 8 day. That's the day, okay? September 20. And why is it September of 2024? Well, obviously we're still in 2024, as I showed in the last video, clear as day. We're in 2024 until the end of March, which is clear. But in 2024, September was Elul. Elul was month 12, right? Month 12 was 1221, right? 1221. And why was it 1221? Well, obviously December 21st, Mayan end of the world. That's why you just saw that Zelensky caption as 1221, Mayan end of the world. When is 1221? 1221 is exactly this date, which is on September 25th, but it's September 26th, right? All they're simply doing is 6s or 9s like we always talk about. And if 6s or 9s, they're going right to this date. They're going right to our date. See that date? 1220, 6s or 9s. When is that? The 29th. Okay, once again, 1221, Mayan end of the world, is the 25th. You simply just go to the 25th right here. When is that day? The end of the 28th, right? And the end of the 28th, 1228. 12/28. See, 12/28. And when is 12/28 here? The exact day September ends. Watch that thrice if you need to. 25, all they did is twist calendars. 12/21, right? Mayan end of the world. Winter is coming. When is winter? Winter is exactly on March 28th, right? Unless you're Steve Fletcher, then you don't know that because he's a degenerate, a scumbag. And then what you do is you simply go to the 25th here, right here, the end of September 28th, which is midday on Friday, March 28th, right? Because we're still in month 12. Elul is month 12, Adar is month 12. That's how they hid it from you, right? That's how they hid it. So this day right here is the exact day we're watching, is March 28th. See how difficult that is? Well, it's not that difficult if you know it, but that's how they hide it from the monkeys. That's why they're never going to pull it on Purim and all these other Pi Day and all this nonsense. They're going to hide it the hell out of you. And that's why we had to come up with these other dates. They could have easily pulled it. And that's why Donnie Darko many years ago, on our October date, October 22nd, Shezvan means 8 and 2. That's why you got the 222. All they did was take the 26, right, convert it to a 29, November 2nd. And that's why the trumpet was blowing November 2nd. But what day are we looking at? Once again, Friday the 28th. And see that Friday the 28th? That's why Google had a birthday cake right there. Or YouTube had a birthday cake right there on November 1st. This is the Day of the Dead. November 1st and November 2nd, the Day of the Dead. 22, everything is in this month of Elul. And what does Elul mean? Elul is 12, Adar is 12, and that's why they did everything in a leap year. All they're doing is we have to wait 13 days after February 13th, right, to February 26th. And we got that dog ritual on that exact day, a day I chose for a dog and goat ritual, February 26th. Obviously, I didn't know the ritual, but February 26th, goat and a dog, and then you just saw it with your own plain eyes, right? A goat and a dog. Come on, man. This is the calendars that they're using. Not the sun, not the moon, not the star, not the dirt. But they're also, you have to look at the calendars first, and then you can look at the sun, moon, dirt, and Steve Fletcher after that. You got to know the date first. Why? Because the date is the date you look at, and then you can work backwards from there and look at these comments. Okay, so Anna leaves this comment. I'm actually partial to March 28th, 29th, too. The astral trumpet blows on March 29th when Saturn enters Pisces, the ultimate Rubicon, the great marker in astral energy not seen for the last 5,000 years. And she went nuts, absolutely emotionally out of control. We needed to calm her down. Brace for impact with capital letters, exclamation point, completely emotionally off the charts, this girl. That was a joke, just kidding. But March 15th or March 28th, March 29th was she's looking at right here, and that's using backwards from there. Then Brad here says exit sign and iPad goat between the deer and the rabbit. Now it all makes sense. And then I didn't know what the deer was. So then he said the tribe of Naphtali is represented this month. Naphtali is the hind let loose. A hind is a female deer. Holy moly. But the reason I brought this up, so he said Easter. So check this out. This is a glitch. You can't find this again, but luckily I saved this. And I remember in 2022, or in 2023, on Sunday, April 9th, 2023, Donald Trump posted a series of messages, truth. So on Easter Sunday, he said World War III, and that's why I thought of it. So I said, when is Easter? All I typed was ChatGPT, when is Easter? I didn't say anything else. I said, when is Easter? And it brought me to Easter, and it told me when Easter is in 2024. Are you kidding me? In 2024, did I ask when Easter? I said, when is Easter? And if you type it now, it tells you obviously sometime in April, but even ChatGPT is telling you that we're in 2024, March 31st, right there, the weekend, okay? And then I know it's obviously Ramadan, okay? And Ramadan begins on February 28th and goes through March 29th, right? And Ramadan, obviously fasting and all that stuff, but Ramadan, you're not allowed to declare war, right? It's a sacred days of joy, forgiveness, community. Making the declaration of war on these days is highly discouraged. So you cannot declare war on Ramadan. So there's going to be no chaos, except Israel may start hitting Iran or some nonsense, but Iran will not start hitting until after Ramadan, which actually ends on March 28th. March 29th there, March 28th here. And the moon phase on March 28th is this 1% moon. See? Moon phase, 1%, which is the exact moon phase on good old Obama's face. exactly that day, right? And what is this little dot next to it? Well, in my opinion, obviously some people say it's a Ring of Fire eclipse or what have you, but the Ring of Fire eclipse was exactly on 10/14. Get it? 12/14, the exact Julian of March 28th. That's why they had the sacrifice of the goat and the dog, Gene Hackman, on that exact day. Come on, guys. September 26th. That's the day, okay? When is September 26th? September 26th is 12/26. Right? When is 12/26? It's 12/29. Everything is coded on that Saturday, March 29th. Okay? And when did, what is this? Market collapse war coverage, exactly on 6/5. 6/5. All right? And when did the Google glitch say that I showed in multiple videos that World War III would begin with Iran? On exactly right here, May 6th. It's hard to read, but that's the best one I have. May 6th, right there. May 6th, 2020. Right? May 6th is the day. When is May 6th? It's June 5th. When is June 5th? June 5th is exactly 327. See, 6/5, June 5th, 327. And when is 327? 327 is exactly on our date right here, March 28th, March 27th, 327, right here, when the gates of hell open. Okay? Now that deer comment was, if you thought that was nuts, let's get even nuttier. Now, Sam found this. Tennis protester from June 3rd wore a shirt 10/28 days left. Look at this. If you go from June 3rd, 2022 to our date, March 28th, which is actually, I just showed you, the 27th, it's 1,028 full days, 1,029. The completion of 1,028 days, exactly to our March 28th date at 129. Unbelievable. Right there. Crazy. Then we have this ultimate one by Garcia here, okay? He says the revealing is about the eclipses over Babylon from 8/21/2017, the Great American Eclipse, to 3/28/2025, exactly 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. But that is not all. The second eclipse on 4/8/24, the one that you all call fake, which is definitely fake, I'll talk about it later, but it happened to be the Adar 2 29th on 2024, and March 28th is also Adar 29. Exactly 1 Jewish year warning. Holy moly. Then Garcia also says that 7 years, 7 months, 7 days from the Great 821 that came with 3/28, you won't believe it. If you add the same period, 3/28/25, we get to 11/3/32, and that day there is another eclipse, but this time over China and Russia. Holy moly. And then he's on fire. He says, listen, people, a Jewish calendar year is 354 days. You can find it and yourself knowing that you will believe it. You will, from June 10th, 1964, every solitary 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days, there is a solar eclipse someplace on Earth until November 3rd, 2032. And March 28th, 2025 happens to be the last 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. And more, this last 30 days until the 28th, there will be a sign from the stars, planets, and stars, kind of like Anna said, and the sun, conclusion, the end time decode. Holy moly, man. Holy moly. Crazy comments by Anna Garcia Palmbrad. Oh my God. And once again, 33 times the Masonry 33 and 524. Guys, do you understand World War III is going to begin exactly on this June 5th, June 6th date, right? Exactly like iPad Goat showed you. When is that? It's on 3/27, which is exactly 3/28. 3/27, I just showed you, is March 28th, right? But more importantly, we're in the month of May, right? The month of May, because Shabbat is 5. So just take my word for it. We're in the month of May. So May 28th. Let's what will happen on 5/28. I had weeks in advance. 5/28. I'm like, dude, Black Monday, August 5th. Look at 5/28. Exactly Obama's birthday, August 4th, on the 28th. And what does December mean? December means 10, right? If December means 10, when did the movie Leave the World Behind come out? 1/28, connected with Obama's birthday. 1/28. When is 1/28? Look for yourself. 1/28 is exactly right here on the 25th date. 1/28, right? 1/28, Obama movie. And when was Obama in the classroom? He was on the classroom on 12/12. 12/12/2023. When was 12/12/2023? Right here. 12/12/2023 was exactly on the 27th. You get it? 12/27. When is 12/27? It's Adar 27, right? When is Adar 27? Adar 27 is exactly right here, Adar 227. March 28th is also the exact day Obama is in the classroom. Not only is it his birthday connection I just showed you, not only is it IPEC GOAT 6'5", not only is it all the comments you just read, but it's all of it. All of it. And it's exactly 13 days after Purim Lach, 13 days later. That's when we go down, March 28th. Drop the mic on those crazy, crazy comments. Unbelievable.
I don't give